today. I hope everybody's doing well. It's been a crazy, have you guys felt the kind of weird sort of energy these last actually couple of days? My energy has been so low these last like 4 or 5 days. It's just been really weird, right? Eating weird, I'm thinking weird, I'm acting weird, right? But it's very interesting because I have these sort of trusted sources that I like to go to whenever I feel like something's going on with astrology wise. And what I learned was that in August of 2014, it is going to feel as though we are being pulled in 2 different directions. There's a logical side and there is an emotional side of our lives. And what I learned, I guess I should say, is when in doubt, go with the emotional side, which, basically pretty much no, because your gut instinct is never going to lead you wrong. That's just, for me anyway, that's always the way it's been. And actually, in spiritual teachings, your gut instinct, your emotional, you know what you're supposed to do and that sort of thing. So I thought that was really interesting. If you're in the process of making any major decisions and you have any doubt, then don't do whatever it is. Okay, that's what they're saying, because actually what they said was this old adage of when in doubt, don't. So I thought that was kind of interesting. If you're doubtful at all of any major life decisions, then don't do it. So anyway, I have been, these last couple of weeks, I've been, playing around with what I want the show to do and be like and all these fun little things. And I have some fun things that I can do because it's video. So what I did was I went out the last couple of weeks and I took a question out to the public. And I have my friends in there, some people that I had just met, and I asked a question. And it was so much fun. The reaction, it was funny because some people were like, oh, no, you're not putting me on YouTube. No. And then other people were like, oh my God, this is so fun. So at any rate, I can't wait for you guys to see what happened. This is what makes you happy.
What makes me happy is doing yoga.
Peace and quiet and flowers.
What makes me happy is friends, love, lots of love, and ice cream.
Happiness. Other people's happiness.
What makes you happy?
What makes me happy is being in raw nature, raw ocean, flowers, birds. Those truly make me happy because I feel totally connected to the whole life.
So what makes you happy?
Life.
What makes you happy?
My bathtub.
Yay! What makes you happy?
Oh, what makes me happy? One of my favorite things in the whole wide world to do is to be with my girlfriends. So having dinner with my girlfriends all together, spending time just sitting and talking and sharing and growing, that is truly what makes me happy.
So, wasn't that amazing? That was really cool. The response I got was really neat. It was really cool. But my question to you is, what makes you happy? What really, really makes you happy? I would love to hear from you. If you want to email me or message me on Facebook or go to my page on Facebook and just write it in, I would love to hear from you. So what makes you happy? So that's kind of fun. What makes me happy is actually, and you know what, I was able to think about the question. So these people were all put on the spot, but I was able to think about the question. And for me, what makes me happy is when I know that what I'm doing, when I give a reading, when I see the person's face change from unsure how this is going to all work for them, and then getting the message that they get from their loved one on the other side. When I see a sense of peace on their face that just kind of changes their whole being, that is what makes me happy. Makes me happy because I know that I'm doing my life's purpose. And so yeah, that's what makes me happy. I love seeing people happy. I think that's the bottom line, right? So the definition of being happy is feeling or showing pleasure and contentment. So do you feel like that's what it is for you? Does being happy for you, do you feel content? I don't know. That's kind of cool, huh? I get asked a lot, how is it that you're just happy all the time? And you know what? The answer to that is twofold. Because, first of all, I'm not happy all the time. You can go ask my husband and my daughter. You can go ask them because I'm not happy all the time, right? And also number two is that I work on myself every single day. I work for the happiness. I know that sounds kind of weird that you have to work for happiness, but you know what? You do. It's like anything else. If you want something out of life, you got to go for it, right? So in order to raise your vibration, because a lot of times what will happen for me is that my vibration, like the last couple of days, I was saying before that my vibration has been kind of low and I haven't been feeling quite right. And it's not that I haven't been happy, but I just haven't been my normal self, if that makes any sense. And I have to tell you, what I do to raise my vibration are the following. And these are simple things that you can do, that anybody should do if they want to create happiness in their lives, okay? The first thing is that you need to know that it is okay to not be 100% happy all the time. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be sad once in a while. And it's okay to sit with being sad once in a while because you know what? That's part of life. That's part of life. Sometimes in life we're going to be happy and high, and sometimes in life we're going to be sad and low. And the key to all of this is balance. And understanding that the high isn't going to last forever, but also understanding that the low isn't going to last forever. And, that's what, and it's kind of interesting timing for this because I had this all planned out prior to Robin Williams' passing last week. And it's interesting because I really wish that of everything that I would ever tell anybody, I wish that people could know that your high times are going to pass and your low times are going to pass. And the trick is to just be okay with just being. So I love that. So at any rate, those are that's to me the most important thing about it all, okay? But in order to change your mood, in order to raise your vibration, there are several really small, tiny things that you can do, okay? The first thing is that put on music that lifts you up, right? Put on music that lifts you up. Like oh my gosh, right now, the big song for me, and it's been out forever, but the song that really raises me up right now is Fix You by Coldplay. And I just love that song. I just feel so, because the momentum of the song kind of builds and stuff, and if I ever am down and I want a pick-me-up, that is such a great song for me. So, but I'm sure that everybody has a song that picks them up, I would advise against listening to Bach if you're into classical music, because that's just kind of down. But at any rate, so music is one thing. Another thing is mirror work. Mirror work is so good. It is so good for us to do. And here's the thing. It's just between you and yourself. That's the thing. It's between the two of you. You and yourself. It's between the two of you. And what is so great about mirror work is that nobody has to know. Nobody has to know except for you, right? So you go and you just go, I go into my bathroom and I look at myself in the mirror, I close the door. You don't even have to really, I usually, if somebody's around, I'll mouth the words. But if you can just talk to yourself, you can mouth the words, you can say it. And you can go to the mirror and say, I am happy and content. My life is great, And you know what? Sometimes, and I've said this before, sometimes if you're not feeling like that makes a whole lot of sense, it doesn't sound like that's a very logical way of doing things and being and thinking, just keep doing it. That's the key. Just keep doing it. It might feel a little weird at the beginning, but eventually it won't. And eventually you will believe yourself when you say, I am happy and content. So, mirror work, can't say enough about that. can't say enough about that. And then the next thing is a grateful list. Grateful lists, oh my gosh, you know, and it's interesting because I talk about doing a grateful list all the time, and you know, my friend and I, we do our grateful list, right? We've been slacking off lately, and that's not good. But you know what? Ebbs and flows, right? Ebbs and flows. You got the highs, you got the lows, right? But here's the thing, a grateful list. What are you grateful for in your life? Are you grateful that you have a computer or a phone that you can watch this video on? Are you grateful that you have a job? Are you grateful that you have a job that gives you a lot of liberties, that allows you to do things extra? Are you grateful that you have a great family? Unconditional love. Are you grateful that you have unconditional love? That is huge. A lot of people I know don't even believe in unconditional love. So are you grateful for that? Are you grateful for your parents, for your house, all of that? You know, even if it's little, even if it's just the cup of coffee you have in the mornings. Are you grateful for that? Then write it down. It's all easy. It doesn't have to be a big dramatic thing like, I'm so grateful for the peace in my. It doesn't have to be like that. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, so just want you to know that. Another thing that you can do, and this is again a real simple thing, is when you're going about your day, if you're in the grocery store, like I was just in the grocery store, and I made eye contact with somebody and I smiled. Now, you don't know what's going on in that other person's life. You don't know anything. They could be having a great day, they could be having a miserable day. And maybe that smile will help to just bring them up just a little bit, right? Because when you give to somebody else, you get back too. So don't forget that, right? And then, you know, the next thing is paying it forward. Paying it forward, an easy thing to do. And you know what? Oh my gosh, this was so funny. The couple weeks ago, I was in Starbucks, and I'm all about paying it forward and stuff. But you know what? 6 o'clock in the morning when I'm getting my coffee, I'm just like not necessarily thinking about it in terms of that. But so this lady was behind me, and the lady behind the register said, "So do you want your receipt for later? Because I guess after 2 you can go back and get a cold drink or something." And I said, "No, I'm fine." And the lady said, "Oh, can I have it?" The lady behind me, "Can I have it? Because I like to pay it forward." And I thought, oh, I love that. It doesn't cost anybody anything. How awesome is that? So I just thought that was really cool. So just do an act of kindness. An act of kindness. It's easy, right? So these are things that you can do to create more happiness in your life. Because when you start to do that, and you know, with the law of attraction, when you start being more kind and more giving and more happy, then you get more happiness, you get more kindness, you know? So consider that. So, you know, during readings, I will say this, during readings, it's very interesting because I would say maybe 80% of them, well, maybe that's even a high, 60 or 70% of the readings I give, the spirits on the other side will say to the person I'm reading, I worried so much about so many things when I was on Earth that I realize now I didn't need to. So consider that. Isn't that an interesting thing? Because when you're on the other side, after you cross over, you don't have to worry about stuff. No. How odd. I mean, I know this sounds really weird, but I can't wait to experience the other side. I'm loving my life here, but I kind of can't wait to experience the other side and see what it's about. You know? So I thought that was really cool, and I wanted to point that out, that a lot of the spirits they're just saying, don't worry. Oh my gosh, we worried so much about so many things, you know? So at any rate, I will leave you all with that, and I wish you all a great day, fantastic evening, and yeah, get in touch with me if you'd like. I love hearing from you all, and thanks for listening. Have a great evening.